How's it going, Maplers? It's Mumu bringing you another Meso making video. So here it is. This is my performance on Thursday. It was a little bit right before the reset leading into the double drop hard dungeons and kind of where the whole market took a turn and exploded. The setup for things you're gonna do is put your left hand on the enter button and your right hand on the mouse. It's gonna be kind of slow right now. I'm just checking the price of Onyx. Once you start the actual purchasing process or when you're actually buying the items, you're going to be constantly refreshing that button. So between either the categories of weapon or armor, you can just click between how you are pressing enter. So with your left hand, constantly spam enter, and you can switch between the categories with your right hand, just to kind of like look through the categories for pricing. It's a little bit easier for armor just because it shows the entire category of armors, and they're all kind of like the same price, giving you 49 Onyx per blue or exceptional level 50 equip, with the exception of throwing stars and knives. Those are going to be half of the amount, but rounded down, so it's effectively slightly worse than the full piece, which is 49. Shouldn't deter you from purchasing them just because, you know, they're a little bit less output, and it does take a little bit more clicks. But again, it all just depends on the price relative to the Onyx crystals. So again, in this moment right here, I'm just spamming. As you can see with the left hand, you don't really see it on the screen, but I'm constantly spamming search. And then just to kind of refresh the page of seeing any new postings are up there, and then I switch between the categories while my left hand is spamming. So yeah, so here I am just spamming everything, buying all the cheap blue equips as I can. And once you get a good amount or feel like the market's kind of slowing down and you're not really buying anything, then you can take that opportunity just kind of like dismantling everything and put that Onyx back on the market. What I recommend is at least a 20%, if not 25% profit margin after fees, just to make sure that you're making consistent at least 2 mil. And again, this is at least 2 mil because there's moments where people just throw money at you. And I have a few slides and a few purchases just to prove my point where I just kind of got free money. Okay, so yeah, I just go through this motion and yeah, it's literally, that's it. I may regret showing this to people because it's gonna be hard for me to make money, but if it helps other people, you know, fund their accounts, then why not? And another thing is, like, not everyone wants to do this. Some people consider this fun, like me. I'm just crazy and weird and like to make money off of a market like this. Tips and tricks would be definitely do this like right around reset. Because the price changes so much. But again, always check Onyx consistently, because you don't want to be buying some blue at 20K and then realize that, hey, Onyx is not 500 anymore, or you bought the item at 15K and then you realize, oh shit, Onyx is now at 250, and it's like, oh, that's not a good profit. The pricing for Onyx fluctuates a lot. Right now, I'll just go to the basics. My mentality going into this is like, yeah, so like I kind of figured that I was the only one doing this, and that's fine. Like, it made it easier for me. Wasn't really anyone that I was competing with. Maybe there was like one or like a handful of other people that are doing it, but probably not the same time. So there's no overlap, probably, most likely. It's just, there's just so many variables to it. Or just like you're just competing with other people who are just wanting a really cheap equip to start their alternate or to start their first account getting into like Tronics or whatever. Yes, so with that said, just be very quick. Once you get better at it, you'll just be making a profit off of people's convenience. The only way I can assume that the people are selling at this price is because they need money really badly. Don't be like those people, otherwise you're just losing money. And yeah, I'll show you an example in a little bit where some guy just gave me like, I think 5,343 Onyx for like 600K, and it was like the Onyx price was at 300, so I made like an easy, like close to a mil in like a second for just having the funds. I recommend this if you don't really have like anywhere from 2 to 3 mil. Unlike the Red Daisies, this does require a little bit of money to start off, but it should be really simple to gather that once you hit level 50 and start doing normal dungeons, because right now it's double drop, so it'll just be handing you exceptional level 50 equips regardless. So that should probably get you around a mil, if not like a couple by level 60 or once you get into like hard dungeons. Or even if you did the main quest, you should have like a couple mil, so I'm not too worried about that. Another thing that you could take advantage of is, as everybody knows, the biggest issue in this game so far is bots. So when you go do normal dungeons, there's this plethora of just like priests everywhere. There's bots with gibberish names and just meso-farming. The cool part about that is, so meso selling, they actually don't care about how much mesos they're getting for the equips. And as you see a lot of equips sold for like 10K. I think that's their price target for all the bots to sell. So there are moments where will be one item posted for 10K, and then you'll see like 5 other ones being like blasted on there, and I just grab all of those guys. Like that's just an easy profit. And another thing you could do is kind of observe what other people kind of like have this mentality. Like if someone is going to be posting a 10K blade, for example, like that's a rune blades item. Well, their equips are warrior items, right? Well, if they're doing normal dungeons, they're also getting weapons and armor. So what I do instantly almost is like buy all the weapons and immediately go to the armor just to check the price. Just kind of like little things like that. Just thinking about like what are other people posting on their market and what is the opportunity there. Just kind of like thinking in that way. So that's it to this video. There really isn't much to it. I'll have some slides, some just really crazy moments where people sold things for really, really cheap and I took advantage of it. I feel like the more advanced part takes practice and you'll get a lot of like the intuition of it once you get good at it. Yeah, so yeah, I just find the market a lot of fun. I did initially, first week of release, I did do a little bit of like dry candy flipping, and then I saw on the black market that people were selling it for 1,400. I was like, oh wow, that's like a 30% profit. So I just like bought a bunch and just sold them on there. But then, as time goes on, people catch on to this. You guys are making a lot of mesos. Hope you guys are getting a lot of enchantments. And yeah, hope you have a good day. It's been fun showing you this. Hopefully I can find other ways to teach you guys how to make mesos. And hope you guys have a great day. Happy mapling. Do